You are watching Access LaPorte County, Channel 97. Coming up next is the May 20th meeting of the Michigan City Port Authority Commission. You can find more information for this meeting at www.accesslaportecounty.org.
Good evening. Welcome to the Michigan City Port Authority Board of Directors meeting, May 20th. I call the meeting to order, and I'm looking for approval or corrections to May 5th meeting minutes.
Make a motion to accept the minutes from this board meeting.
Second.
Any comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Mr. Freeze, do you have anything today for us?
Nothing.
Glad to see you here. Mr. Frame, reports from the harbor.
All right. Since last time, our new card reader Petrovend controller out at the gas dock has been installed. So that's something we were looking at last year, and we had issues with the software not communicating with the credit card processor. We ended up changing credit card processors, so last week they were able to come and install a new reader. So we should be up to date on that. There may be a few little quirky bugs here and there with that, but so far it seems to be working.
Worked fine on Saturday. I was happy to see it.
Yep, we continue adjusting finger piers primarily in the down direction. We did 11 last week. We have 2 more to do this week, but one of the ones this week wants to go up 1 step. We have a pretty steady boat launching schedule this week. I think Brian told me we had 20 boats between last Friday and this coming Wednesday to put in. So that'll be a good chunk of those. Tomorrow we plan, weather permitting, to go out and put some of the no-wake buoys out along the shoreline that we do every year. You probably noticed on your way in here that the waterfall pond out front is operational. And Base Camp, our little cafeteria, opened this past Thursday. They're normally closed on Mondays, but I think they're open the rest of the week. And that's all I have for now, unless anybody has any questions.
Lovely. Everybody good? Okay. Move on. Reports from the Assistant Harbor Master, Mrs. Brock.
This is from the South Shore Sailing School that Cooper helps with, that they put us on as one of their partners on their website. And everybody's got that. And then there are 3 flyers from the yacht club of things that they have going. They have the blessing of the fleet and also breakfast. They have a Shiver Me Timbers yacht opening season party and a special for the membership. It's good. You can use this till the end of May to sign up for it. We've been very busy in the office with people wanting their stickers and the boat ramps for the people that trailer the boats. It's been a busy couple weeks. And that's all I have.
Moving on to Mr. Ferguson's budget and financial oversight review and approval of the bills.
Thank you, Mr. President. Let's take a look at the bills. The front sheet shows really, those are the bigger ones. And you can see, without keep going into any of those, you can see that total better part of $105,000. Add in a little sales tax that we have paid, forwarded to the state, and you get almost the total of what the total of what we're going to have to pay, which is $110,670.62. The details are on the next page, and there are only 3 or 4 of any substance on that page that is not included on the front page. So we'll take a second just to scan that front page. It's pretty straightforward and things that we talk about generally, at least monthly. Good details on all of them. Looks like we had 2 NIPSCO bills.
They kind of two different times.
2 different times, and that's getting to be, $10,000 is roughly in the area that we get towards the summer months also. The ice machine compressor, do we think that's gonna make it, Jim? I know we've had trouble with that, with those machines in the past. We might talk about the refunds for a few minutes. Looks like we might have like $10,000-$12,000. Anything particularly about the refunds or the staff wants
Most of
to
the
talk
people that
about?
have sold boats,
Pardon me?
or sold boats. They've sold boats.
Oh, sold.
their boats.
Excuse me. Okay.
The one for 150, he just moved to a smaller sloop.
Okay. Well, it's your pleasure. I want you to take a look at all the rest of those, but that's pretty well straightforward. And as I said before, the total is $110,670.62. And with that, I'll make a motion to pay as stated.
I'll second the motion.
Any questions, concerns? All in favor?
Aye.
Anything else, Mr.?
One other thing.
Yes.
This is not truly a revise, this is an addendum copy of last year's financial report. Here's one for Joe. And what we've included is what we've included, what Mary Ann has included here is the budgeting. So we see what the plan was. I did not, does everybody have this page also?
Yes.
Okay. One copy didn't have that. Those are the stats of where the money is. And we moved that, the capital improvement up into where it belongs, up into the capital improvement from, it was under a separate line item CDs because we hadn't taken care of that yet. Moving to the next page, you can just see this is the budget or our plan for last year versus what actually happened. What actually happened should be the same as what we had when we handed this out a couple weeks ago. You can see we did better on revenue than we planned for by a little bit. And at the end of the last page, we spent a little bit more than our plan. Very close to the same amount. So it's about 60,000 more coming in and a little more than 60,000. So really that's good. And it's good planning, good execution part of the staff. If you have any questions from last time when we handed this out, I'd be glad to work on those answers. If you don't, and you've got questions in the future, please let the staff or myself know about the next meeting. That's all I have, Mr. President.
Thank you very much. Any questions for Mr. Ferguson? All right, Mr. Haynes, claims and insurance.
I have nothing to report.
Board operations, everything seems to be going good. We got all the new people on board. All right, was present for that, get them going. So really, there's nothing really to report there, just going forward. Mr. Messina, Board of Communications, Special Events. How the Shriners did.
Shriners Tournament went over well. Yes, I was not involved with it. I don't know what the numbers, if they were up or down. And I heard no complaints or comments, so we really have nothing else to report.
And I know they had a kids fishing event on Saturday.
They had that on Sunday. Sunday they had a kids fishing event. I'm not sure who sponsored that. But I did hear about it.
There was a lot of kids running around. I can tell you that.
Yeah.
Too early in the morning. They're running around.
Woke you up?
No, Slouch right into the facility and there they all were. It's like, okay.
You spent the night.
Yeah, you boys, yes, I did. Friday and Saturday, so it was a plus. All right, so nothing else for you, Mr. Messina?
No, unless anybody has any comments, questions.
Mr. Manager, Master Planning, Special Projects, and Park Liaison.
Well, for the park liaison, they have new hours over there for anybody who is interested in doing any business with the park board. They're open until, let me see, what I got here? They're closed on Mondays, and they're open until 6 p.m. every other day, where they used to close at, what time? They used to close at 4. So they're open 2 hours longer for anybody that needs to do business over there. The other thing is master planning and special projects. I guess they were here to survey the creek last Wednesday, I believe it was. And we haven't gotten the results yet, so we don't really know what the depths are in the Trail Creek area yet. We're just waiting on results from it, so we'll get those out as soon as we get them.
Helps us prepare for the future.
Yep, absolutely. That's all I have.
That's all you got? Mr. Cypress, Advertising Public Relations.
The only thing I had was I ran into Vic Terry from Harbor Country, and he said things are moving forward with the signage that he's trying to get put in.
Good.
It's moving a little slow with getting this same sign, I guess, but sounds like they've got one to duplicate off of that they're working on. So, that's all I got.
Yes, Rick first.
Mr. Freeze gave me some information that concerning the signs that from what our discussion was last time. I passed that on to the harbor master for his edification and any concern that they had, so just passing that on.
Okay, good.
I have a question. This the signage you're talking about, does that have to do with the signage out here for the office and for the fuel dock that we were supposed to?
No, I don't believe so. So what it is for Harbor Country and Base Camp and all of that stuff, they want a sign there where the U-turn is,
Okay,
directing people that way, and it will also list the Port Authority on there directing people here.
okay, gotcha, thank you.
That they can't get their boats up to see the signs.
Right. Yeah.
But I think what you're referring to is signage on the 300 dock, pointing people towards the gas and the fuel dock and the office. We had talked about before. I guess still in the works.
We've got stuff on order, so as soon as it gets here, we'll get it.
Yeah,
Do you have a place to put it already?
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
used to be up there, I don't know whether go down.
I thought we had just a little bit of a quick discussion on that a little while ago.
You gotta get the supplies, that's always the problem.
Well, you gotta order it custom, right? Letter size, all that. So,
That's the stuff that the harbor master and the staff take care of.
Exactly. Moving on to the most important part of the whole meeting, the attorney's report, Mr. Zachman.
Thank you, Mr. President. I did not receive any comments from any board members on the proposed changes to the board's procedural rules and regulations. So the version that I shared with the board at the last meeting is the version that I would propose as the changes to the rules and regulations for 2024, for the update May of 2024. So if someone would make a motion, we could pass this, and then I could incorporate these changes in, and then we'll have the May 2024 revision to the procedural rules and regulations.
When would those be effective?
They'd be effective upon passage.
I'll move that we accept Mr. Zachman's report and the report that he was talking about. I can't think of the title of it.
The proposed changes to the Board of Directors procedural rules and regulations.
That.
You got that one, all right.
I'll second.
Mr. Messina, second. Any questions, any conversations? All in favor?
Just a comment. I read through that, appreciate a lot of little things also that you found and took care of that make it a little nicer to understand. I appreciate that.
Thank you. I went through as I indicated, I will go through all the other policies. I've gone through the Port Authority Board Resolution amending the board's conflict of interest policy. I don't think there are any changes to the conflict of interest policy that are needed. I went through the mandatory drug and alcohol testing policy. That's fine as it is. And then I went through the electronic communication for public meeting policy, and that's fine as it is. That, as you may recall, was what we adopted during COVID when a lot of meetings were happening remotely. I went through the rules and regulations. We revised those back in November of 2022. I really don't think it's, I briefly went through them. I didn't see anything that jumped out at me as needing to be revised again. Again, it's only 2 years ago that we went through, or less than that, that we went through the process of revising those. So what I'm going through next is the board's ethics standards. The board has its separate ethics standards. It's about 4 pages long. I'll go through that. Then there's the much longer ethics policy of the cities that this board is bound by as well. And I'll go through that. Although, as I indicated in the last meeting, I don't think there are going to be many changes suggested to that because it is, in fact, the city's policy. And I don't think we want to be monkeying around with that unless there's something that just jumps out at me in that is wrong or that shouldn't apply to us, then I will bring that to the board's attention. And then, as I told Mary Ann at the outset, the application for the vendor to do the laundry for the voters, everything is in order. They've got plenty of insurance. They've got $1 million for each occurrence, $2 million in the aggregate, and then a $2 million umbrella policy. I can't imagine where $4 million worth of liability would come up. You're washing somebody's linens, but they got insurance for it, just in case. And that's all I have.
Where do we stand on any necessary additional approval on that? I think we all agreed to go forward with that pending your review.
Right.
So I don't think anything else has to be done.
Yeah, I don't recall if we voted on it at the last meeting, or I think we tabled it to vote on after the attorney review. So if we have to vote on it, we vote on it now.
I'll make a motion that we
Approve the vendor.
approve the vendor, yes.
I'll second the motion.
Any conversation, questions? All in favor?
Aye.
There we go.
I don't know if they actually started yet. I went in the laundry room today and there was nothing in there that, seemed out of the ordinary, so.
Well, I don't think they're putting advertising out until they get the final approvals.
That's a nice facility we have. I don't know how much use it gets, but it is a nice facility. I usually stop in there at least once or twice a summer, just kind of take a look around, as I did this year.
There's no new business. Anybody have any new business?
We do.
No old business, nothing tabled. Again, thanks, Mr. Fraser, for coming and joining us. And with that,
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
5:18.
Second.
Third.